Hello friends, welcome to my channel Excellent Coaching. Today we'll read about the relationship of different disciplines with psychology and how relevant the knowledge of them is important for psychology and vice versa. Means how important is to know psychology for those people who are working in other disciplines. Disciplines like political science, disciplines like philosophy, computer science, education. Philosophy actually holds a very different status in terms of psychology. Why philosophy? Because philosophy is generally known as the mother of psychology. All the ideas and all the various things that are talked about in psychology, they are generally taken from philosophy. Earlier, when we used to talk about human behavior, like when there were great philosophers, if you have heard the name of Plato, Aristotle, Socrates, they were all philosophers. They used to explain us the meaning of life and how people behave and why we behave like that, what are personalities, how our personalities are formed. They used to talk about things like that, which are now actually scientifically tested in the psychology. So that is why we call philosophy as the mother of psychology, and whatever we learn in psychology have roots somewhere in philosophy also. But what happened, philosophy was not actually very scientific. Philosophy, whatever ideas were given in philosophy were never tested, never verified. There were no evidence of their beliefs. So that particular field just became like certain ideas of people which are very subjective. Later on, when psychology started, it was tested scientifically, the ideas were tested scientifically, and it became a more scientific subject. Okay, next is medicine. When we talk about medicine, medicine means we are talking about the physicians and doctors. So when they are treating the patients who have very serious problems, like people who are suffering from AIDS, or maybe they are suffering from cancer, those patients are very demotivated. They are also suffering from problems like depression, because it is also psychologically affecting them. They know that they're going to be very difficult treatments for these kind of problems, and maybe they will survive, they won't survive. So that causes a very psychological, very much a negative psychological effect on their minds. That is why physicians also require the help of psychologists. We have psychologists in hospitals also. So what they do is they help the people to think positively, think optimistically, and increase their willpower in terms of becoming healthy in future. So these psychologists help people from engaging in different in dangerous activities, like people who are suffering from cancer or problems like that. They generally what they do now, they try to end their life earlier, so that they don't have to go through that very painful treatment of this type of disease. So psychologists help them to prevent from these type of activities, and make their understanding, and they make them, motivate them. Actually, they motivate those people, so that they know they will be healthy in future, they can cope up with the problem, they can fight the disease easily. That is why in medicine also psychologists are required. Now coming to economics, what does economics to do? An economist is a person who studies human behavior. We all know, when we study economics, what we study in that subject, we study about consumer behavior, about the spending behavior of the consumer, buying behavior of the consumer. So if we are focusing on the behavior of the people in economics, then don't you think that psychology is involved somewhere in that subject? Because by understanding the behavior of the consumers, by understanding how they save money, how they spend money, how they make decisions to buy certain products. So after all, you are only focusing on the behavior there also. That is why psychological knowledge is already required to understand the behavior. Next is your political science. Political science, what is political science? It is the political behavior of the people, the behavior of those people who are in power, as well as the behavior of those people who are voting. So we need to understand the behavior of people who are exercising some kind of power, who are exercising some kind of authority. We have to also analyze how people are going to vote for them, which political party is going to win, where the people are going to vote. So these kind of things are generally required to study it, but we need knowledge of psychology to understand these behavior. Here in all the fields you can see we are only focusing on the behavior of the people. That is why psychology is required in every field. Coming to sociology, sociology is very much related to psychology. We even have a field called social psychology. What is social psychology? Social psychology is also focused on the behavior of the group, of the people in the group, the collective behavior of the people. So same way, so sociology also is a study of socializing, of collective behavior, of intergroup conflicts and these things. Whatever we study in sociology is similarly is studied in social psychology, so both are very much related. Now coming to computer science. Computer science needs help from psychology because it is actually vice versa also. Psychology also needs help from computer science. Have you heard about brain imaging techniques? What are brain imaging techniques like MRI, CT scan? They try to know the activities of the brain by placing some wires around it, and those activities are recorded in the computer. So there the knowledge of computer science is required, the help of computer science is required by the psychologist or neuropsychologist. Now computer science also, the development in both the disciplines, they both have developed and brought significant changes, and significant contributions have been done in the field of cognitive sciences due to computer science also and due to psychology also. Now next is criminology. Criminologists are people who study the behavior of criminals as well as the witnesses. So the witness who has actually seen or maybe heard about something related to crime, how he is going to testify, are the testimonies verified or their testimonies can be trusted or not, if the behavior of the criminal is due to some reason, what kind of situations are involved in that particular crime. So a psychologist who is involved in criminology, he researches on the answers which are related to the legal system of the country. Coming to mass communication, mass media has a very great impact on the minds of people. How mass media is influencing our buying behavior, how mass media is changing our attitudes, how mass media is forming our attitudes, all these things are studied in psychology only. How mass media help us to change our thinking, change our beliefs, it help us to develop different strategies. And psychology helps mass media in also developing different strategies and effective communication strategies. So both the fields are taking help from each other. Coming to music, in music you must know there is a therapy called music therapy. They use different ragas in music therapy to treat people, because music affects emotions directly, and that is where the emotions are controlled or changed with the help of music or ragas which are there in music. So scientists have made use of music for things like raising performance through music therapy, improving depression through music therapy, things like that. Coming to fine arts, fine arts is a artistic field. In artistic field, you know, we need to have a very fine perception, and again perception is a part of cognition. So how the things are related to psychology, if we try to know the way we perceive things, we can improve our art also, and that art can improve the maybe that can influence the other people also, because there's a therapy known as color therapy. If you know that, color therapy also is used to influence the moods of the people. So art also involves some kind of psychology in that. Architecture, now what is architecture is the architect, what they do, they design things where we live. They design things like buildings, they design various things, buildings and houses and all that. So if they are designing something where they are designing those things for people to live, do they don't need to know how much the people will feel comfortable with a certain kind of design, and how those designs will help them to stay protected and secure. So their psychological knowledge is also required for designing certain devices which are designed by architects. Same way as architects, engineers also need to know about the human habits in order to plan for their safety, planning things like streets and highways. Psychological knowledge helps them in designing a much safer and user friendly devices. So we have finished with the topic. For the next topic, wait for my next video. Thanks for watching.